You'll frequently find atheists, even the brightest among us, arguing specifics and getting into the weeds with believers when there are far more fundamental issues to be discussed. Issues which, when understood, make speaking about the specifics a complete waste of time and energy. As I was thinking about this video, Easter Sunday was looming over us. And all around the internets, I was seeing stories about the resurrection, including the supposed evidence for Jesus coming back to life. This is exactly the kind of thing that atheists should not be debating. Not because it's fruitless or because the evidence for Jesus' resurrection is overwhelming or unassailable. On the contrary, we shouldn't be debating such things because even if Jesus was genuinely resurrected from the dead, it wouldn't mean anything given the believer's fundamental belief in the supernatural, where anything is possible, however irrational, improbable, or even impossible it may appear to us. I originally made this argument in my God Distraction series, but those videos are long, so I thought I'd pluck the argument out of its broader context and reiterate it here. The point is that once you've given into the supernatural and the idea of a supernatural realm not subject to the causal predictability of our world, all things are possible. Indeed, Jesus says exactly that in Matthew 19:26. With men, this is impossible, but with God, all things are possible. When all things are possible, no possibility, however improbable, can be ruled out. In science, ruling out possibilities is called falsification. It's one of the ways we acquire knowledge and come to conclusions. Through experiment, we rule out various possibilities, leaving us finally with the most probable explanation of phenomena. But that works only in the natural world, where all things are not possible. Christian apologist William Lane Craig has a 4-point list of supposed historical facts for which the best explanation, according to him, is that Jesus was resurrected from the dead. Of course, those facts are contained in the Gospels, which are hardly historical. But that's exactly the kind of argument in which atheists should not engage. Shame on me. But even more shame on Dr. Craig. The more fundamental point is that even if Dr. Craig's list is right, and Jesus really was raised from the dead, there are no conclusions to be drawn beyond that simple so-called fact. Jesus' resurrection doesn't mean he was God or the Son of God. It doesn't mean Jesus was the Messiah. It doesn't mean Jesus conquered death or anything else traditionally associated with the resurrection. When all things are possible, however unlikely they may seem to us, nothing can be said to be more certain or probable than anything else. And when your theology affirms the existence of additional supernatural actors with supernatural powers who are hell-bent on our deception, knowing anything about, well, anything becomes impossible. Given these beliefs about the supernatural world and possibilities, we're forced to conclude that even if Jesus existed, performed miracles, and rose from the dead, it's every bit as likely or probable that Satan gave Jesus those powers in order to deceive us. Indeed, this is what believers believe about everyone outside the faith, that Satan has somehow deceived them, and without any way whatsoever to know on which side of that fence one is standing. The deceived believe they're God's chosen, embracing the true gospel as well, and neither can demonstrate the correctness of their faith, not when all things are possible. My former religion, Mormonism, believes there is a way to determine who's right in such circumstances: prayer and a burning in one's bosom. We'll look at that claim and other objections next time. Until then, I'm still here, I guess. Thanks for watching.